Hello, Tampa. It is Jeff Stanislow, and it is time to go low right here on AM 820 every Saturday morning in the greater Tampa Bay area. We appreciate all the love and support that you guys give to us here in this Tampa, beautiful area, Florida, golf mecca world. Today we have back our special guest, Dave Snee, and Dave is the franchisee for the Back Nine in Carrollwood. And, we had Dave on a little while ago. He was opening up the grand opening of his place, Back Nine Carrollwood, right behind the Chick-fil-A at Dale Mabry and Bears, an excellent location if you want to check it out. But now we wanted to get a little update on how things have gone and talk a little bit more about golf now that he's a full business owner and what have you. Dave, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a kind of a whirlwind since we've last spoke. We've got the grand opening was fantastic. Had about 130 people here. The Carrollwood Area Business Association, CABA, really participated, and a lot of other small businesses contributed and set up tents and tables in the parking lot. So it was kind of a mini, kind of event here, but really cool. Good bounce of golfers that heard about that on shows like this and social media, and so since then we've been steadily increasing memberships. We're at about 60 plus now, on our way to 120 is where we're going to cap out. So things have been great on that front. I'll also say that just learning how to use Full Swing and the full capability of the simulator behind me, it's just fantastic. I thought I did my homework, and I did before purchasing this franchise. But there's so many cool things you can do on Full Swing, from practicing to playing to really kind of making it fun to play with a group of people. Just the other night we had a soccer watch party, and we had 8 guys, and we paired up into 2-man scrambles and then played 9 together in one of the adjacent bays. Just a fantastic time, and just doing that, kind of rolling through, you kind of test the waters, like, all right, so from this as an entertainment venue, can I have a watch party and play golf at the same time? And the answer is absolutely we can, and it was a lot of fun.
Right, a lot of experimenting going on right now, I'm sure. We're talking with Dave Snee. Dave is the franchisee for Back Nine Carrollwood, brand new location, beautiful 3 bays, reception area. You guys got to check it out. It's right behind the new Chick-fil-A at Bears and Dale Mabry. If you check it out, tell them that Jeff Stanislow from Golfers Unite and the Let's Go Low radio show sent you. He'll take really good care of you. Dave, so, taking a step back, just in real life golf and sim golf, I mean, we're seeing some amazing stats, and it's a symbiotic relationship for sure. I recently wrote an article for Sports Talk Florida about the sim world. It was a little bit more Florida oriented, but one of the things that I found was very, very interesting is that 40% of the people that are playing sim golf have never played golf in real life. And that's a positive thing for your business. But that number was staggering in my mind. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I first read an article like that in January before I opened. And I didn't believe it. I mean, to be frank, I just thought, I'm not sure where they're getting their data. But I'll tell you, it is amazing to me how many people and members that I have actually have never played real golf. A lot of the younger generation, folks that maybe their dad or some other influence in their life wasn't a golfer, and so they don't have the means or just kind of the understanding of how to go play golf. And it's intimidating if you go to a country club or a golf and you're by yourself and you don't know how to play, and you almost need someone to hold your hand. And we all have that experience, whether it was your dad growing up or a buddy in college or something where we first got introduced to the game. But now people can come in and have a private bay and just start whacking balls by themselves and not feel embarrassed about not playing. I have there's this group of 3 guys that come to mind that come here quite often that they're very competitive. They're decent golfers. I'd say just by watching them, they're probably got a, 15, 16 handicap kind of golfers, decent from what I can tell. Never played grass golf before. Never.
Wow.
But
yeah, I mean, I don't doubt the numbers and the statistics. And the reason why is in my mind, I think like as a person who's never played is it has a lot of the value propositions of someone who is interested in golf, but doesn't want to go out to the course. One, you're in a private bay. Right. Nobody's really watching you. You can do your shit. 2 is you're not going to break anything. You know what I mean? You can just go out and hit it. The sim is going to be fine. 3, you don't lose golf balls. 4, you don't have to go out and get a $1,500 set of every club because, when you're playing sim golf, if you have an 8-iron, you don't have to be dialed in the exact distance. It's fun. You just a lot of things I think might intimidate someone from going in real golf. The wait time, you're not waiting on other players. It's not a 5.5-hour round on a Saturday. You can get in and out of there 18 holes. Even like if you're not an experienced sim golfer, usually about 2 hours, and you can play 18 holes with 4 people and have a great time. So there's a lot of value proposition for that.
If you think about one scenario, you're in that group. You're not the best golfer in the group. Everyone stripes their drives right down the middle of the fairway, and you chili dip off the tee, right?
Yeah.
In real life golf, that's super embarrassing because not only did you not hit well, but now you've got to drive or have your cart go, maybe not even past the ladies' tee, and everyone stops and has to watch you hit.
Yeah, and you're too deep on the deck, on the tee box watching. So
But if you're in the bay, no one knows. No one even cares because they're thinking about their next shot because the reset is quick. And so I may have to hit it twice to your once, but we don't have to drive to it. It's not embarrassing. Like, all right, now they're watching me. I'm going to hit anyway, Right. And so there's this like kind of mindset that's a little different when you're playing sim golf. If you're learning,
clicking the little mulligan button on the screen is pretty easy too. If you have a bad one and you're playing with some friends and it might be decent golfers, but they know what your expectation is. They just click the mulligan button and you re-tee and you're right back at it. So the experience is great. This is Jeff Stanislaw. You're listening to Let's Go Low right here on AM 820. Our special guest is Dave Snee, the franchisee for Back Nine Carrollwood, the brand new Back Nine Carrollwood right at Dale, Mabry, and Bears behind the new Chick-fil-A. If you want to check out the Back Nine, tell them that Jeff Stanislaw from Golfers Unite and Let's Go Low sent you over and asked for Dave. I'm sure he'll take good care of you. This episode is brought to you by Golfers Unite. It's golfersunite.com. Go check out our brand new website, just recently launched, where we have fantastic deals board on all different types of brands. And then we have even better deals on curated partners of Golfers Unite. It's golfersunite.com. So Dave, we touched on a couple things. Your experience as a business owner here now is vastly different from your experience as in the Navy, as a a commander of a ship. We had a conversation, Captain. We had a side pocket conversation of like why commander and captain's different, but he is a captain, which is much more higher and prestigious of a naval ship. So maybe just take us down the small business ownership and you're kind of blown away at all the things that you had to do, but you're still chief cook bottle washer now.
That's right.
What are some of the things that you've learned and transitioned personally about owning a small business?
Yeah, well, I mean, I thanks for that good comment, though. As a former Navy captain, some people describe it as the fall from grace because when you're a captain in the Navy, people just do things for you, And as a small business owner, I joke with my patrons here. I'm the president and janitor because I do it all. and I'm certainly not above it. So my daily routine is I come in and I sweep, I swab the deck, I take the trash out, so I'm the captain and the deck seaman here. But it's awesome, to be honest with you. Running it's a steep learning curve. I've got a lot of experience in the corporate world after my time in the Navy as a consultant, and then running a large program, doing IT transformation. But doing this is, I get to connect with golfers and my members every day. I come in and there's a new group of folks that I can, get to know. In fact, we're getting a bit too big, that I'm starting not to know everyone's first name. It's just a weird, because there was a point when I first opened and it was kind of the usual suspects. But now I'm getting to the point where I have to look at my tee sheet and go, all right, so who's going to be in this morning? And, oh, that's right, so-and-so. And I had someone, I'll run into people now locally around Carrollwood area. I was at a golf shop 2 days ago with my son, and a guy came up. It's like, Dave, hey, how's it going? And I couldn't put it together.
The synapses got to start firing a little bit.
That's right. He's like, yeah, I'll see you at the Back Nine. And then I'm like, so it's cool just meeting new people, meeting people excited about golf, and just, it's awesome seeing dads and their sons in here playing, husband and wives in here playing. I have a family that, and this is good news for people listening. They are homeschoolers. And so they bring their kids in for gym class or the PE credit.
Oh, wow.
And so they asked, hey, could you give me the invoices every month, and we're going to submit it to this Step Up program here in Florida and see if it flies. Cause, it's not a BS kind of request. They're in here 2, 3, 4 times a week, banging balls, and he's teaching his kids how to play golf. Well, he just told me this past week, he's like, hey, the state approved it. And so now the state is funding his membership to Back Nine through the Step Up program, because he brings his kids in during the school day and teaches them how to play golf.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I got to think about that. Got to get the word out maybe. And because I know there's a lot of homeschoolers out there that, you're kind of looking for things to do, and the state will pay for it. So
yeah, no, that's really that's something great. Get that information out to the school networks and what have you, that they can do that. This is Jeff Stanislaw. You're listening to Let's Go Low right here on AM 820. We're talking with Dave Snee, franchisee from Back Nine Golf. Brand new facility, 3 bays, beautiful, right behind the new Chick-fil-A at Dale, Mabry, and Bears. Great location. You can actually order Chick-fil-A right from your bay, which is pretty damn cool. Before we got another couple minutes here, Dave, and I wanted to ask you a little bit more. You're doing a lot more entertainment events. You mentioned the World Cup watch party. You mentioned some of the software. Now that you're peeling back the onions on the whole full swing technology capabilities. People can have corporate events at your place now. Does the screen show the game or whatever they're watching as well? Or is it the TVs on the side? You got it set up so it can all be on one screen, or?
Yeah. So, well, both. Each bay has its own TV, but then for the watch party, I'm in bay 1 behind me. That entire screen was the soccer game.
Oh, so wow.
Brought the chairs into bay 1. This was like a big living room. Literally, the guys playing soccer were bigger than us in real life.
Oh, wow.
And so it was super cool. I can only imagine, what football season will bring for watch parties and things like that coming up. And then the adjacent bay 2, is where, you could, have a scramble or some sort of closest to the pin or something fun to do in conjunction with watching the game.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't know.
And if the media, if you could have like the TV inside the big screen where it would separate the input, so you could be like playing and watching the game at the same time, might be something to look into. Especially we have some news that Full Swing, recently had a business change as well. You want to expand on that for a minute?
Yeah. So Full Swing was acquired by Versant this past week for $530 million. That's a umbrella company that owns a bunch of other companies, including Golf Now, which we just signed with. So probably in the next week or so, if you go Back Nine Carrollwood will be listed on Golf Now. So they'll have hot deals and things like that. So they'll have access to my tee sheet, and you can book through Golf Now if you're a member of Golf Now. But yeah, so we're excited about that. Our CEO sent a note out right before the purchase happened. This is something that had been in the work for months. Full Swing is going to be a major player. So they've got an influx of cash now being bought, and I think only better and bigger things to come with this simulator company that's already pretty big. They're the company affiliated with Tiger Woods and a bunch of other pro golfers. They're the simulator of choice for the TGL league on ESPN. So yeah, good things to come.
Yes. So Dave, thanks for joining us. This has been another episode of Let's Go Low. Thank you, Tampa, for all the love and support. Check out Dave Back Nine Golf Carrollwood. You can just search it up and find the information. And as always, check out golfersunite.com. Until our next time, take care, Dave.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.